Probably because it's lunch. They might still be on lunch, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's why I was just gonna email
We might have to wait till 1 to do the Spanish. She wasn't brought up yet. She wasn't brought up yet. I wasn't able to talk to her.
Fine? Okay.
But she has an offer.
So I'm just gonna put this one. Are you Mr. Perry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hold on one second. Hey, I was gonna put you on speakerphone. Is that okay? Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, Mr. Bigney, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, thank you.
Okay, hold on. Let me get you a little bit louder. Okay, can you just put your name on the record for me?
David Bigney on behalf of Robert Lee Perry.
Okay, and Mr. Perry is in front of me. I do have the affidavit from the charging affidavit. This is case number 2022 CF 11202AO. It is out of Division 14. Mr. Perry, I am finding that there is probable cause for the charge. Obviously, they set it at none, but you are entitled to a bond. Give me 1 second here.
Your Honor, he qualifies for pretrial release.
Okay. Mr. Bigney, he does qualify for pretrial release. Do you want me to offer that, or do you want me to just give him a bond?
If you could give him a nominal bond, maybe $1,000, I prefer that instead of the PTR.
State have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Perry, I'll go ahead and set your bond at $1,000. This is in Division 14, and you're all set. Do you have any questions for me or your attorney?
Oh, Your Honor, thanks.
Okay. Mr. Bigney, anything else to put on the record?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
How you doing?
Hi. That's there.
Good. Am I gonna be able to get out of here today?
Are you George Benitez?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Benitez, you are here on a failure to appear
Here,
out
court.
of
Yeah.
Division 84 on a trespass charge.
Your Honor, the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 3025. Curry Ford Road, there's a cost of investigation in the amount of $71.04 to Orlando Police Department. And, I don't remember if we were appointed. Ms. Benitez would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay.
I don't remember if we were appointed.
Mr. Benitez, can you go ahead and just raise your right hand for me as best you can? Do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Benitez, I do have your plea form here that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights on the form? No? And she says that you would like to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Has anybody forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No.
And sir, do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I'll go ahead and give you credit for the 2 days that you've served
17
previously
days.
in jail. I'll go ahead and release you from this charge. Does he want to stay longer?
Your Honor.
No, it's 17 days.
It's 17 days?
Yes.
Is this a failure to appear?
Oh, from the days from before. I apologize. I was just giving him the 2 for today. Sorry, so 17 days total. I'll go ahead and release him from this charge and this charge only. I am gonna order that you not return back to the 3025 Curry Ford Road. There is court cost along with a cost of investigation of $71.04 to the Orlando Police Department. Sir, I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay everything back. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, you're all set.
Am I going home right now?
Yes, sir.
After right now?
Yep, they just, no, because they just took a plea. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. A year to pay. And this is Kimberly Wright.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Wright. Is your date of birth February 6th of 1976?
No, ma'am. My birthday's 10/5/87. On the ID card, it's wrong. I'm sorry.
That's okay. 87. That's really off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a failure to appear out of Division 84. Actually, no, it says Division 84. Sorry, hold on. So you already have the public defender's office appointed to represent you. This is actually Division 83. It says 84 here, but it's my division. So, I don't think we can resolve it today because of the type of charge that it is unless,
There's incompetency, Your Honor.
hold on one second. So, Miss Wright, are you still living in Sanford?
I live at 2321 in Popka, Florida.
So I think part of the problem is that I've had some turnover in that division with the public defenders, but the last couple of them have not been able to get in touch with you to make sure that they know what you want to do about court. So that's why we set your bond the way that it is. So I'm going to go ahead and keep bond set at $2,000 on count one, $500 on count two. We'll make sure that we reach out to,
I can't afford that at all. And not only that, I've been in jail for the last 5 months. I got to go back to court in Seminole County in 2 weeks.
okay, well, if that needs to happen, Seminole County can come and pick you up and they'll take you over there. But I'll reach out to the public defender and let them talk to you, because the problem is they haven't talked to you in quite some time. So that's why we haven't, and you've not been showing up to court, so that's why I issued the warrant for your arrest. Okay? So I'll make sure that they talk to you and we'll see what we can do, okay?
So how much longer am I going to have to sit here? Because, I mean, I've sat over in Seminole County with a bond or hold the whole time for 5 months and 1 week and 2 days over here.
Well, if you bond out, you could bond out today. If you can't bond out, it's gonna be until either Seminole comes and picks you up or until you get back in front of me for a bond hearing.
Okay, how can I get back in front of you and for a bond hearing?
Talk to your attorney,
Okay.
okay? Okay, good luck to you, thanks. Are you Tyree Brown?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Brown, were you born on October 31st of 1998?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Brown, you're here on case number 2022 CF 1122580. Hold on one second. Okay, sir, I will go ahead. I don't have any affidavits attached to this. Did you want the public defender's office appointed to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We'll keep your bond set at $1,000, okay? Good luck to you, thank you. Oh, that was. Okay, good afternoon. Are you Julius Miles?
Yes.
Mr. Miles, were you born on September 28th of 1999?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and your bond will be stayed at $1,000, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Are we, what's your, hi, I'm good.
Marcus Robinson.
Marcus Robinson?
Yes, ma'am.
That was my next question. Okay. So, Mr. Robinson, you're here on case number 2022 MM603780. It's a charge of petty theft. Are we going to resolve this today?
No, Your Honor. The state's not making an offer, so we're gonna enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay. So I will go ahead. Do you want that or do you want me to do it? Are you using?
Yeah, can we move toward Nancy's for last in the Raymond?
Sure. You want to go with Vanessa Alfaro?
Yes, she's coming.
Okay.
Plea? I didn't see her. She wasn't here. But yeah, I didn't see any issue.
Good afternoon. Are you Vanessa Alfaro?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you're here on case number 2022 MM586480. This is a resisting charge.
Okay.
And Ms. George, what are we doing on this case?
The offer from the state, Your Honor, is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. There's no, and I'm assuming court costs. There's no cost of prosecution or anything?
No.
Okay. Ms. Alfaro would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay, Ms. Alfaro, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. Okay, thank you. So the plea form that you signed, it does have the rights that you would be giving up to enter a plea today. Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, ma'am.
And your attorney has indicated you'd like to enter a plea of no contest. Do you have any is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anybody forced you or threatened you to enter a plea today?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty. I will sentence you to 31 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 31 days that you previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. There are court costs with the PD lien and the cost of prosecution, but all that money, I'll give you a year to pay it back. You can start paying it today. If you don't pay it off in a year, they'll try to suspend your license, but you can always write before the year runs out if you need more time. Do you have any questions?
So I did the 30 days, right? So it's not, you're not adding another 30 days, right? I already,
Yeah, no, you're being released in just a little. If this is the only thing holding you, you'll get to go home in just a little bit.
Now she has to pay the bond on the petty theft, Your Honor.
Oh, but you got a bond out.
That's $100 bond.
Hold on.
Could you double check?
can I say something about that?
Ask Ms. George.
Did you see it?
Yes, she does have a petty theft, 22 MM 2728. Bond is $100. Or as Judge McDonald would say, bail.
So am I correct that this, Wybenthi Angren that got transferred to felony?
Medical, Your Honor.
Okay,
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
okay. So the 2022 MM 6419 on Angren, it looks like it got transferred to felony. In 2022 CF 10487AO. Oh, transferred from.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. So I will go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of the defendant for the public defender, and it'll get set for a
No, but
pretrial date in Division 81.
Bill. Why do you say not needed?
No, it's not needed.
Thanks, sir. I would have reversed that completely. Good morning. Are you Jacoy Box? I'm pretty sure I said your first name right.
Yeah, hello?
Yep, I can hear you. How do you say your last name?
Volquez.
Volquez? Okay. And sir, you're here on case number 2022 MO1018AO. This is a disorderly conduct. I'm assuming it's a city case, maybe?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an adjudication of guilt and credit time served.
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty. There's, incompetency issues, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll go ahead and accept a plea of not guilty on behalf of the public defender. This will get set for a pretrial in Division 85. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
What's your next court date?
So I'm not free?
No.
Hi, are you Rashawn Brown? Okay, Mr. Brown, you're here on case number 2022 MM5723AO. This is providing false identification to law enforcement officers. The public defender's office represents you.
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'll accept the plea of not guilty. This will be set for a pretrial conference in Division 82. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
Jamel Brownfield is medical, Your Honor.
You want to waive that one?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll enter a plea of not guilty, waiver of arraignment, set him for a pretrial conference, Division 84. This should be Pablo Juan Burgos Jr.
And we're gonna enter a plea of, not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, in 2022 MM559080, I'll enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of the defendant for the Public Defender's Office. This is in Division 50 for a pretrial conference.
Courtroom. Oh, virtual, thank you.
Mr. Kalibi?
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm very well, sir. You're here on 2022 MM589480.
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll accept the plea of not guilty. This will be in Division 62 for a pretrial conference. Jesus Christ, December. Sorry, that's just a far way out. You didn't pick the date. That's just a crazy date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Klebe, you're all set. Thank you.
Justin De Jesus, medical, Your Honor.
Okay.
Not today. Who? Is a medical?
Medical.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, so in case number 2022 MM601580 with Mr. De Jesus, that'll be assigned to Division 85 for a pretrial conference. Is this Clifford Isaiah Grant Sutton?
Yes.
And this is case number 2022 MM563880.
Yes. The offer from the state, Your Honor, is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. There is no return to the Walmart located at 2500 South Kirkman Road. There's a cost of investigation in the amount of $25.34 to the Orlando Police Department. Mr. Grant Sutton would like to accept the state's offer and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Grant Sutton, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay. So, sir, I do have the plea form that you signed. You can put your hand down. Thank you. With your attorney, did you have any questions about the rights on the form?
No, ma'am, I know that I have to see the probation office before I leave today.
Okay, okay. Now, she says that you want to enter a plea of no contest to resolve this case.
I didn't see that you're on probation. You're on probation?
Are you on
Then I'm not.
probation?
Because I didn't see that in our system, but he's saying he is. I don't know.
What are you on probation for? Do you know?
I just got probation Friday.
Oh,
Oh, so he could resolve this if he wants.
yes.
So we were just making sure that you weren't automatically violating your probation. So if you just got placed on probation Friday, this won't do that. So, but yes, you were correct. You do need to check in with probation when you get out. So we're going, the no contest plea, nobody's forced you or threatened you to do that today, correct? And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept the plea. I will withhold adjudication. We're going to go ahead and give you credit. I'll send it you to 40 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 40 days that you've previously served. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only. We're going to have you not return to that store at 2500 South Kirkman Road. There's court cost as well as cost of investigation of $25.34 to the Orlando Police Department. I'll give you a year to pay everything back. You can start paying it today, but ultimately you have a year to pay it all back. You have any questions? Okay, you're all set. Thank you.
Sean Kaufman, refuse.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, that's on case number 2022 MM578680. We'll accept the plea of not guilty, set him for a pretrial conference in Division 61. How about Don Xavier Kegler? Is that you, sir?
Ma'am, good
Okay.
morning, ladies and gentlemen.
So this is case number 2022 MM641380.
We're going to enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll go ahead and accept the plea of not guilty. We'll set this for a pretrial conference in Division 61. Okay, this should be Rashawn Sims. And Mr. Sims, we're here on case number 2022 MM371AA.
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll accept the plea of not guilty, and this will be in Division 82 for a pretrial conference. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
Okay. If I can get it out.
Hi, good afternoon. Are you Mr. Thomas? Okay, this is 2022 MM338AA.
We're gonna enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll accept the plea of not guilty. We'll go ahead and set this for a pretrial conference in Division 82. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
Nancy Torres, refuse, Your
And
Honor.
no motor vehicle.
She ref-
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, how about Erica Wilson?
She didn't go after her, but she refused also.
She refused, okay.
Both refused.
I had her before, so, okay, so Nancy Torres refused. So in case number 2022 MM5870AO, that'll be in Division 82 with a written plea of not guilty.
I already told her.
And then on Erica Louise Wilson, she refused, so we'll accept the plea of not guilty in case number 2022 MM5942AO. That's in Division 85 with the pretrial. Okay.
Thank you.
And this should be Eric Buckner? No. Eric Buckner? Okay. I just want to make sure we are all on the same page. Okay, good afternoon. Are you Eric Vincent Buckner?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on September 16th of 1972?
Correct.
Okay, sir, I have you here on case number 2022 MM655480. It's 2 charges. Were we going to resolve this or just go ahead and work on a bond?
Resolve, Your Honor. The offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to 8204 South Orange Blossom Trail. And court costs, Mr. Buckner would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Buckner, can I get you to just raise your right hand for me just a little bit? Do you swear or affirm you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Can I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor, we're okay.
Okay, so Mr. Buckner, I have the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about the rights on the form?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and your attorney says you're gonna enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that?
No, ma'am.
And sir, you understand if you're not a US citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation. Okay, so I will go ahead and accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you as to both counts, giving you credit for the 1 day that you served on each, served in jail on each case that runs concurrently, and I will release you from these charges and these charges only. I am going to order that you not return back to 8204 South Orange Blossom Trail. There are also court costs, but I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay that back. Okay, you're all set, sir. Thank you.
Close friend, Rosa, behavior.
I will waive, Your Honor.
I'll revoke. So I'll go ahead and, so as to the new charge in 2022 MM654880, I will go ahead and set a bond in the amount of $500, but I am going to order that he not return back to the marshals at the 7911 Orange Blossom Trail. And then I'll go ahead and revoke his bond in case number 2022 CF9743AO. and we'll let Ms. Maselli know.
Thank you.
Donald Tolson?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Tolson, I just want to verify you were born on December 27th of 1988?
Yes, ma'am.
So, sir, you are here on case number 2022 MM416AA. I did review the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. In this particular case, I'm going to set your bonds. Actually, I'll keep them stayed at $250 on count 1, $500 on count 2, $500 on count 3. I am going to order that you not return back to that Dollar General at 827 East Cimarron Boulevard. But you are, sir, currently out on bond pursuant to 2022 MM 330AA. I am going to revoke that bond. That bond will be set at none. That is in Division 63, and we'll get in touch with your attorney. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, do you want to do the Spanish one after this, Jim? Okay, I believe that was the only Spanish case I had today.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Thank you.
If I am correct, this is Andrew Lee Cook. Hi, Mr. Cook. You can come on up to the podium. Sir, were you born on May 31st of 1954? Okay. So this is case number 2022 MO 1088AO. It's a possession of an alcoholic beverage. Oh, under the city ordinance. So
Yes.
were we going to resolve that?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer from the state was a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. Mr. Cook would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest.
Mr. Cook, did he sign the plea form? He did? Okay. Mr. Cook, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can put your hand down.
Can
So
I-
I'm being handed your plea form.
I ask him the question. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. So, Mr. Cook, I have the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated you'd like to enter a plea of no contest. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And, sir, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I will go ahead and withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you've served here in the Orange County Jail. I'll go ahead and release you from this charge and this charge only. There's just going to be court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay that back. Do you have any questions for me? Okay, you're all set, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Herbert Jean-Pierre?
Herbert, yes, ma'am.
Herbert? Okay, thank you, sir. And were you born on August 20th of 1980?
Yes, ma'am.
So you are also here on an open container. This case number is 2022 MO 1089AO. And we're going to resolve that today?
Yes, Your Honor, we're going to enter a plea of no contest. The offer from the state is a withhold of adjudication, credit time served. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Jean-Pierre, can you raise your right hand for me? You swear or affirm that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, thank you, sir. I do have the plea form that you signed. Did you have any questions about any of the rights that are on the plea form?
No, ma'am.
And she's indicated that you'd like to enter a plea of no contest. Did anybody force you or threaten you to do that today?
No, ma'am.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering into a plea could subject you to deportation. Okay, so I will go ahead and accept your plea. I will withhold adjudication. I will sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days that you previously served. I'll go ahead and release you from this charge and this charge only. There are going to be some court costs, but I'll give you a year to pay that back. You have any questions?
How much is the court cost?
They're going to be $223. Okay, thank you, sir. Are you Paul Howard Knight? And sir, were you born on October 11th of 1973?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you're here on case number 2022 MO1090AO. This is also an open container, and were we going to resolve this one?
Yes, Your Honor. The offer is a withholds credit time served and court costs. Mr. Knight would like to accept an enter plea of no contest.
Okay. Mr. Knight, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you did sign that plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights on the plea form?
No, I don't.
And she circled that you wanted to enter a plea of no contest. Has anyone forced you or threatened you to do that?
No.
And do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering a plea today, that could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept the plea. I will withhold adjudication. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you served previously in the Orange County Jail. I'll release you from this charge and this charge only, and then there's going to be the court costs. The court cost, I'll go ahead and give you a year to pay that back. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Okay, sir, you are all set. Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
And Darrell Robertson has mental health.
And Your Honor, can we reset for tomorrow? There's an offer to resolve his case.
Yes, I will go ahead and reset Mr. Robertson to tomorrow, the 28th of September.
Thank you.
Next, I have, go ahead.
Ariel Boyd, bonded.
Okay, bonded.
Janelle Davis, bonded.
Excellent.
Excuse me, Your Honor, can we go back to the previous defendant, Boyd? He previously posted bond already. The one that you were gonna reset?
Oh,
He posted a bond?
Yes.
Oh, I'll waive.
okay, then yeah, we won't reset him then. He can just bond out when that was a Boyd.
Robertson.
Tolson?
No, Robertson.
No, I have Boyd.
You said Daryl.
No, I had Boyd,
Oh, Boyd.
yes.
So has Robinson?
Well, I thought they said he bonded.
No. Boyd bonded, Boyd and Davis.
Boyd, bonded.
Yeah,
Right. But it was Robinson that we were going to reset for mental health.
yeah.
Yeah, Robinson, Darrell.
Daryl Robertson, you don't have that he bonded, correct?
No.
Okay, so he'll get reset.
Okay.
Okay, and then this should be Megan Brooke King. Okay, Miss King, hold on one second, get to this. You are here on, first of all, let me just verify, your date of birth is May 20th of 1988?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ma'am, you're here on 2022 CT 1599AW. This is a charge of DUI. You are entitled to a bond, however, you are being held because you are currently out on bond on case number 2018 MM2732AO. Which was, I saw is currently set for trial tomorrow. That would be canceled because they're not going to have court tomorrow. We don't have any jurors coming in. So I will go ahead and do this. As to the 2022 CT 1599AW, you are entitled to a bond. I'll set your bond at $500. You are not to drive without a valid driver's license. In case number 2018 MM2732AO, I am going to forfeit the cash bond. I will set your bond at $2,000. That will remain in the division and will notify your public defender. Okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Are you appointing the PD on the new case?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I meant to say that out loud. Yes. I thought it in my head. That doesn't help. Okay, and this would be Desmond Devon Crawford.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Give me 1 second. Let me catch up here on my sheets. King. Okay. And Miss Eugene, I will be honest with you. I was back in the office trying to remember an aggravated assault with a firearm. Is he entitled to a bond?
Yes, Your Honor, it's an F2.
Okay. I thought so, but I couldn't be for sure. So, Mr. Crawford, let me go through a couple of things with you first.
Yes.
So, you're here on case number 2022 CF11203AO. I do have an affidavit of insolvency. Let me ask you though, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am. I have a daughter and a son.
Just one or two?
Two, I'm sorry.
Two? Okay.
A daughter and a son.
So the fact that you have two children on this affidavit, for whatever reason, they had put that you had none. So
No,
you
I tried
do
to correct that
qualify for
yesterday.
the public defender's office. So I will go ahead and appoint them to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
And, Your Honor, just, for the rest of the cases, I did speak with them. I guess on the form, it says only if they live in the household. I didn't know that,
They did mention that.
which is why they put 0. But usually all the judges consider whether they take care of the children. So, we're okay with you appointing. It's just, they just followed what was written on the form.
Okay. No, I appreciate that, but yeah. Okay. Well, I know I have to explain to some people that if grandma lives with them and they take care of grandma, then even though grandma's not a kid, she can
Right.
still be a dependent. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, Mr. Crawford, we're going to go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you on those charges. You are entitled to a bond, so let's go ahead and, he doesn't qualify for pretrial diversion. So let's do this. I'll go ahead and I'm going to set bond on count 1 at $5,000. Count 2, I'm going to lower it to $150. Count 3 will be $100. Count 4, $100, and count 5 will be $150. There is also the second charge of 2022 CT 5462AO. It's just the way we do it, but I will go ahead and reduce that bond down to $100 because it
Yes, ma'am.
technically could have been included as part of the charges. So the felony charges will be in Division 12. The traffic charges in Division 63. And then I've given you bond. You can bond out or talk to your attorney. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. so
Okay.
much.
Good luck
Your
to you.
Honor,
Yeah.
no weapons, no firearms?
Yes. Let's just not possess any weapons or firearms at this time. Okay? Good
Yes,
luck to
ma'am.
you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay. Next I have, this is Junior De Rozier.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Mr. De Rozier, your date of birth is September 24th of 1987?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have reviewed the charging affidavit in case number 2022 CF 11229AO. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I will go ahead and keep the bond set at $200,000. However, you are currently out on bond on case number 2022 CF 9815AO. I am going to revoke that bond. That bond will be set at none, and we'll make sure that we get in touch with Ms. McClyman so she can get you in front of the trial judge.
My only argument as to that is the state has not made a filing decision. He was arrested, August 23rd, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's because it's not been enough time, so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And it's the amount, so. It doesn't matter, you're gonna have to deal with that later.
Okay, next should be Bobby James Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Harris, I just want to verify with you that you were born on June 22nd of 1960?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, so this was a warrant that was signed by Judge Sanders Barenci. And you are entitled to a bond. It just wasn't set because the way that the administrative order is there. So that's in case number 2022 CF 1095780. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. So, Miss Eugene, now I'm looking at the dates, I'm kind of second guessing myself, but originally I was just going to go ahead and give him a bond and not take any action on the case that he's out on bond, but I'll ask the state's thoughts on that.
I apologize, Your Honor. What was your thought to take no action on the out on bond? Because
Because I hadn't looked at the dates. I thought maybe that they were more closely related. Now I'm looking at the dates going, that's.
Your Honor, I'm looking at his history and the charge and what he's out on bond for. I would ask that you revoke and hold him at no bond, Your Honor. Former charges have been filed.
No, I definitely saw that. For some reason, when I looked at it, I thought the dates were more along the same lines, that it was something that he just possibly slipped his mind, but it looks like he's been out on bond since February 17th, and then the dates that are alleged in the failure to report are from September 18th through September 20th, and including up until now. Did the public defender want to make any argument?
If you are inclined to revoke and double, Your Honor. The only argument. He has a history, but he has no failures to appear for court. That's the only argument that I could make at this time.
So, Mr. Harris, here's what I will do. On the failure to report, I am going to set your bond at $1,000. I am going to order that you make sure you report to the sheriff's office within 24 hours of your release from that charge. But because it appears that at some point you failed to do that on the case that you're out on bond, which is case number 2022 CF 1793AO, I am going to revoke and forfeit that bond. That bond will be set at none, but we will certainly contact the public defender in Division 14 to let them know that we've done that. Okay? Thank you, sir.
For that out on bond.
Okay, this is Rodney Harris. Okay, Mr. Harris, were you born on July 3rd of 1982? Okay, so sir, I have you here on case number 2022 CF 415AO. This is a failure to appear for a pretrial conference. The judge in that division set your bond at $2,500.
I wasn't aware that I was supposed to go to court.
Okay, well, unfortunately, the case law says that when a judge issues a capias, the only one that can change that is the judge that issued it. So I'm gonna, did he have a PD appointed previously? So you have the public defender's office appointed previously on your case, so we'll make sure that they understand and try to get you a bond hearing in front of the trial judge, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Clifton Hill.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Hill, were you born on November 3rd of 1989?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, this is case number 2022 CF 10898AO. Judge Chu did sign a warrant on this case. He has set your bond at $200. And he found probable cause. I'll also go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Anthony Hodge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Hodge, you were born January 18th of 2002?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this looks like an add-on case that the sheriff's department filed. It does have 6 counts. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. There's probable cause. Counts 1, 2, and 3 are punishable by life, so therefore the bond will remain at none. I will go ahead and keep the remaining bonds set at $10,000, $150, and $150. I'll go ahead. Do you have the public defender on your other cases? Okay, so we'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you on these charges as well. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
No contact with the co-defendants, Your Honor?
Yes, no contact with the co-defendants. That's gonna be probably more,
Talking, bro, Jay got done talking to me.
okay.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I was gonna say, that's probably gonna be more of an issue for the jail. Johnson, Jamari Johnson, okay. How about, Twanisha Howard? Maybe she bonded?
What was the booking number?
The booking number is 220-22750.
Yes.
Yeah, she bonded. Perfect. Okay, and this is Crystal Nicole Johnson? Okay. Give me 1 second to catch up there. There we go. Okay. And Ms. Johnson, I just want to verify with you, your date of birth is March 11th of 1989? Okay. So, ma'am, you're here on case number 2022 CF 1120780. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am going to keep your bond set at $1,000. However, you are currently out on bond on case number 2021 CF 1310680. I am going to revoke the bond on that. The bond will be set at none. This is out of Division 50, and we'll contact your attorney to let them know.
My bond for what? I'm saying for what charge?
Yeah.
What are you revoking my bond for? I mean, like, for what charge? My baby is at somebody's house, and I don't know them people's phone number, and I can't get my baby if I'm here. And somebody stole my phone. I don't know no phone numbers. I did 2.5 years in jail. I don't know no phone numbers, and I can't leave my baby at the people's house. I don't even know my baby like that. I went to the store with these people, and I gotta get my baby, ma'am. I gotta get my baby. I can't leave my baby at the people's house.
Okay, well, I don't really know what to tell you. You're currently out on bond for grand theft, possession of cocaine, possession of meth, possession of drug paraphernalia, and you go out and hang out with some people that I really don't think you probably should be hanging out with.
I was giving him a ride, and then people was
Your Honor, I would say that the state only filed on the grand theft.
Okay.
But she has private counsel, so I don't know if that's.
Did the state want to address anything, or are you comfortable with what I did?
No, Your Honor, I'm comfortable with what you did.
Okay, so yes, ma'am, I'll go ahead and, I'll reach out to Mr. Fenderson and see if we can let him know that you're here, that I revoked your bond, and he can try to come and speak to you as soon as possible, okay? Thank you. Okay, and are you DeQuayne Laster?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Laster, were you born on December 8th of 1991?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I'm showing that you're here on case number 2022 CF 11211AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. Give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and keep the bond set at $1,000. The Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
You have issuing violent felony offender of special concern, so I'm not sure they're gonna let you out until this clears up. They're gonna give them a chance to violate you. Still, they can violate you.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Bernard Marcellus? And Mr. Marcellus, were you born on March 26th of 1993?
Yes, Mom.
Okay. So, sir, you're here on case number 2022 CF 11216AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead, sir, and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to leave the bond set at $2,500 on count 1, $500 on count 2, and $500 on count 3. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, no weapons, no firearms?
Oh, yes, no possession of weapons or firearms at this time, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Timothy Matson? And sir, were you born on February 20th of 2000? Okay. Sir, I have you here on case number 2022 CF 11214AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to set your bond. I'll keep it at the $2,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
No return, Your Honor?
No return to that location.
Thank you.
What? Oh, the court reporter? Can we just make sure the defendants come close to the microphone or pull the microphone closer to them? Thank you. Are you Victor Monroe?
Yes.
And Mr. Monroe, were you born on August 9th of 1955?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Monroe, I have you here on case number 2022 CF 11198AO. I have reviewed that charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll keep your bond set at $1,000. I will appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. He does have a city ordinance case, the 2022 MO 1092AO. It's an open container. Do you want me to just go ahead and give him a bond on that, or did we want to try to resolve the open container?
Whichever.
It's probably the basis for so I didn't know if you were comfortable doing that, but.
I don't think it's going to make
Felony, and then I'll hold this separate. So, Mr. Monroe, we're going to resolve the open container this morning. Can you just raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Okay, thank you, sir. She did have you sign the plea form. Did you have any questions about any of the rights on that form?
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
no.
And she says you're going to enter a plea of no contest. Nobody forced you to do that today, correct?
Yes, right.
And you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, entering a plea today could subject you to deportation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will go ahead and accept your plea as to the 2022 MO 1092AO withhold adjudication. I'll sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for the 2 days you've previously served. I'm going to assess court cost. So, Mr. Monroe, the court costs are going to be $223, but I'll give you a year to pay that back. If you don't pay it off in a year, they'll suspend your driver's license.
Okay.
So if that's an issue, just write to me before that year runs out. We can always give you extra time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Sherilyn Newton?
Yes.
Miss Newton, good afternoon. Were you born July 5th of 1984?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Miss Newton, you are here on case number 2022 CF 11215 AO. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am going to keep the bond stayed at $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. Okay?
No, what's that? Like, what's the charges?
The charges are possession of cocaine, possession of fentanyl, and possession of cannabis less than 20 grams.
Your Honor, there's a second.
These old charges, cause I ain't know nothing. I ain't know probation or nothing. When I got these charges.
Okay, that's what you got arrested for.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I ain't even know that.
Okay.
Your Honor, there's a second.
These old charges right here, ma'am. And these charges right here supposed to be gone. These old.
Second offense, Your Honor, 22 CF 11217.
Oh, I apologize. Yep. There's a second charge of 2022 CF 11217 AO of introducing contraband into a detention or facility. I am finding that there's probable cause for that charge as well. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and there's a $1,000 bond on that case. Okay, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, sir. Are you Jerry Parks? And Mr. Parks, were you born on September 30th of 1977? Okay. So I have two cases here. Let's first talk about 2022 CF 11221 AO. I am finding that there's probable cause. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We'll keep your bond set at $1,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2. And then in regards to the driving while license suspended or revoked charge in 2022 CT 5463AO, I'll go ahead and reduce that bond to $100. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Just don't drive without a valid driver's license. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Jonathan Passmore?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Passmore, were you born on July 30th of 1991?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, I have you here on case number 2022 CF 11201 AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. We'll keep your bond set at $1,000, and I am going to order that you not return back to that Circle K on Main Street. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Marvin Patrick?
Mental health, Your Honor.
Okay.
Defense will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, so in case number 2022 CF
11206AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent her. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed that second case.
Hmm?
Okay, so on Mr. Patrick, okay, so, on both of the new cases, I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. In the 2022 CF 11206AO, I'll keep the bond stayed at 1,000, 150, 100, and 100. That case is assigned to Division 16. As to 2022 CF 11204AO, that's assigned to Division 22. I'll keep the bond stayed at $1,000 and $100. However, he is currently out on bond in case number 2022 CF 6913AO. I am going to revoke that bond.
Your Honor, he was arrested June.
He was arrested what?
June 15th. To date, no information has been filed. State filed a notice of non-filing before the 33rd day. I would ask that you take no action, being that we're in September.
But we're right at the, wait,
And he's arrested June 14th.
June 14th, so July.
So it's been over 3 months, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I was just saying it's been over 3 months. And the state has not filed formal charges yet.
Okay. Possession of controlled substance. I read this, but now I can't remember. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the second charge, but that also added another $1,000 to it. So I'll go ahead and take no action on the case that he's currently out on bond, and I won't touch that. We'll just leave that. How about Kelsey Pierce? Refused?
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay, so on Kelsey, I guess it's Pyers, 2022 CF 1122080. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. I will I'll stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, and 100 on count 3. I'm hoping that this is Carl Lawrence Robinson. Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Robinson. Were you born on June 24th of 1964?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, I do have you here on case number 2022 CF 11205AO. I have reviewed the charging affidavit. I am finding that there's probable cause. We'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I am going to stay the bond at $1,000. And it does look like there's an out-of-county hold for him as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Rogelio Vidal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Vidal, I just want to verify with you. You were born on September 15th of 1994?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Okay. So, sir, in case number 2022 CF 10760AO, I will go ahead and note that Judge Chu signed a warrant for your arrest. He's finding that there is probable cause. Give me 1 second here. The warrant was in regards to incidents that were alleged to have occurred back on July 27th. Okay, so not really sure why Judge Chu set them as a no bond. He's definitely entitled to a bond. So, I will go ahead, sir. As to count one, I'll set the bond at $5,000. As to count two, I'll set the bond at $150. As to count three, I'll set the bond at $100. As to count four, the bond's at $100. Count five, the bond will be $100. Count six, the bond will be $150. We'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. However, I am noticing that you are currently out on bond in case number 2022 CF 450180. There are similar charges, so I am going to revoke the bond. The bond will be set at none. Adrian Camino is a public defender? Okay, so we'll notify Mr. Camino that I revoked your bond, and you're all set, sir. Okay? Good luck to you. Thank you.
Maurice William is in the hospital.
I
Hospital.
will waive, Your Honor.
Okay. So in his case, 2022 CF 11209, as well as 2022 MO 1093. I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office, and I'll stay the bonds.
Thank you.
And then,
Brian Burns, bonded,
okay,
and Nadia Marson, mental health.
I will waive, Your Honor.
okay.
No bond.
On Fatia Marzan, case number 2022 CF 11222AO, I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent her. The bond set at none. I'll keep it set at none. Okay, she's all set. Okay, that was everything for today? Okay, so we will be adjourned till tomorrow morning for IAs. Tomorrow is going to be, hold on, I asked Judge McGinnis. Judge Whitehead will be tomorrow. Judge McGinnis will be on Thursday.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Office of the Public Defender.
On this one. Okay, good morning. Is this Daryl Neal Kaufman? Hi, Mr. Kaufman. Were you born on June 1st of 1964? Okay. Sir, this is a warrant for you out of Lake County.
It is for a grand theft, but you do have a bond of $2,000. So you are able to either bond out or you can wait for Lake County to come and pick you up. Not sure when that would be, but hopefully within the next 72 hours or so, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. I have Emmanuel Dion Nombre. And sir, how do you say your last name?
Nombre.
Okay. And were you born on March 29th of 1995?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, you're here on a couple of cases. Let's do, so I have 2019 CF 10540AO. That is a violation of probation. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. That's in Division 12. Your bond is set at none on that. There is also a violation of probation out of Seminole County. However, it appears to be, no, it's a different case number for the Seminole County case. Okay, so I will go ahead and set your bond at none on that. Ms. George, do you want me to temporarily appoint the public defender on a no bond out of Seminole, or he's got the PD on the Orange County cases, so is that okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll take no further action on that one. Just note that the bond is at none. There is a new law violation. This is in case number 2022 CF 11210AO. I will go ahead and leave the bond set at $4,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. I will go ahead and order that you not return back to the location, which was at, hold on.
$2628 Messina Avenue.
Thank you, Ms. Eugene, I appreciate that. Okay, sir, you are all set. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'd also ask for a no contact.
Yes, and no contact with any of the victims or witnesses involved in this case. I believe next we should have Brandon Harris.
Mental health.
Okay.
Brandon?
So it looks like we've reset him quite a few times.
It's out of order, that's all.
Do you want me to keep resetting him?
No,
or-
Your Honor, I will waive.
Yes? Okay.
I will waive the appearance, yes.
You'll waive the appearance? Okay, so I'll go ahead and make sure that we appoint the public defender's office to represent him. Oh, this was the mother and father. Okay, so I will go ahead and
Your Honor, just to take note that count 4, burglary of a dwelling with an assault or battery therein, is a PBL.
that's true. Okay, so why don't I do this? I will set bond at 1,000 on count 1, 150 on count 2, 150 on count 3. Count 4 will remain at none. Count 5 will be 100. Count 6 will be 100. Count 7 will be 150. And he's to have no contact with the victims in this case.
Thank you.
And is this Willard Norick or Norick
Yes.
Willard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Willard, I just want to verify, excuse me. Your date of birth, September 26th of 1991? Okay. So, sir, I did read the charging affidavit in this case. He's not been interviewed? Would he qualify if he gets interviewed? Or no, because of the charge?
He refused to speak with us when we tried to interview him.
Okay. Okay, so this is in case number 2022 MM6540AO. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I will go ahead and set your bond at $500. Mr. Norick, without your mother being present, I do have to issue a no contact order at this time. That means you would have to not have any contact with your mother and not be able to return to that home. You have someplace else you could stay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just order that you maintain a separate residence, do not possess any weapons or firearms, and no contact with your mom, okay? Good luck to you, sir, thank you.
Norris is mental health.
Okay,
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
okay, thank you.
Again, Your Honor, count one, burglary of a dwelling with a firearm is a PBL.
Yes, ma'am. So I will go ahead and, we'll note in case number 2022 CF 11142AO, I am finding probable cause. This case is assigned to Division 11 with Judge Navarro. Count one will remain at a no bond. Count two, I'll reduce to 150. Count three, 150. Count four, 150. Count five, 100. Count six, 100. And the public defender's appointed if I didn't say that before.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any conditions, Your Honor?
Oh, yes, no contact with the victims in this case and no contact with any of the witnesses.
No return?
Yeah, he's in jail on a no bond, but I'll put no return, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have Keith Andrews. Okay.
And he qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Andrews, you're here on case number 2022 CF 11208AO. I just want to verify your date of birth is November 3rd of 1968? Okay, thank you. And give me 1 second just to get to that paperwork. Okay. So I am going to assume that in the box is it Anna Andrews? And then also the wife. So you guys are the wife of the defendant and the daughter of the defendant, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, can I get you both to raise your right hands for me? Do you both swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So ladies, normally in this type of a case, I do issue a no contact order so that the defendant is not allowed to have any contact with you since you're both the alleged victims in this case. By you being here this morning, were you wanting to tell me that you agreed with that, or did you want to tell me that you would like to have contact with them?
I would like to have contact.
About your daughter?
That would be fine, having contact, because I plan on.
Can you come just a little bit closer so I can hear you? Thank you.
Contact would be fine. I plan on moving out of the residence, so we won't be in contact.
Okay. So what I can do is release him to come back home, but put that he has a no hostile contact with either of you. That means that he's not allowed to yell, scream, argue, anything like that. Would that be satisfactory for both of you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, sir, it does appear that you do qualify for pretrial release. What I can do is go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. The pretrial release gives you the opportunity to bond out without having to post a monetary bond. It does require that you maintain contact with pretrial services, but it does give you that benefit. The only condition that I'm going to include is that you have no hostile contact with your wife or your daughter. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I just didn't understand that you said the pretrial Do qualify or
You,
no?
you do qualify, and that means you should be released today. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Good luck to both of you. Thank you for coming in. Okay, and are you Hassan Concepcion?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on September 9th of 1993?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do I need, no, she's not looking at me. Okay, this is case number 2022 CF 11223AO. Sir, I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. I am finding that there's probable cause. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
I was looking at this one, he doesn't qualify.
So, sir, you understand without your girlfriend being present here today that I do have to issue a no contact order in this case. That's what you're signing there in front of you. It's just acknowledging that you understand that until you get back in front of the trial judge, that you're not allowed to have any contact with her. You're gonna have to find someplace else to live. Is that good?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Okay, so I will go ahead and set your bond at, I'm gonna do $5,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2.
Your Honor, I apologize. The kidnapping actually is a PBL.
Okay, I can never remember, so
Yeah.
thank you.
I apologize.
So, that was the one I wasn't sure about. So, yeah, sir, because the count 1, the charge of kidnapping is considered, or I'm sorry, it's actually count 2 is kidnapping, because it is considered a charge that's punishable by life, you're not necessarily entitled to a bond. Based on the charging affidavit, I am gonna keep the bond set at none. I'll set your bond at $1,000 on count 1, but I am gonna appoint the Public Defender's Office, and like I said, you're not to have any contact with your girlfriend, and you're not to return to that location. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, ma'am. Are you Aisha Hunt?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you born on September 12th of 1993?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have you here on, this is, I couldn't get in my computer. Does the state attorney or the public defender have access to the actual affidavit?
Looking, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I'm looking.
Okay.
Just to see.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you need a copy, Your Honor?
No, I have it. Thank you. I just couldn't get it in, when I opened the computer in the office, I couldn't get it, but I can get it in here, so thank you. Okay, so ma'am, I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I do need you to sign a no contact order without, Ms. Richardson being here this morning to testify. Otherwise, I do have to issue that no contact order. That means you're not allowed to see her, call her, email her, text message her. Obviously, you can't live together. You have someplace else where you can stay?
We're not staying together right now. The last time I did talk to her was like a month ago, and I didn't know I had a warrant out for my arrest. I'm gonna just be honest with you. It was a whole different situation yesterday, and
Don't say anything else. I just wanted to let you know this is from an incident that was alleged to have occurred back on August 8th.
yes, ma'am.
So she may not have known that it was out there either. So as long as the two of you don't live together, that'll be fine until you can talk to your attorney and try to see what else is going on. But I'm just gonna put that you maintain a separate residence, that you have no contact with her,
that you not possess any weapons or firearms, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then, did I give you a bond? No, I think, did I say it's I'll put $1,000 on count 1 and $2,500 on count 2. And like I said, the Public Defender's Office is appointed, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am, thank you.
I read more, refuse, Your Honor.
Okay,
I will waive, Your Honor.
okay. So this is a violation of a domestic violence injunction as well as an attempted burglary. So in case number 2022 CF 112198O, I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. He does have a $5,000 bond on that case. I will order that he not return to the scene. And then in regards to case number 2022 MM 655680, I'll also appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. I will go ahead and set the bond at $1,000, order that he not return to that location and have no contact with any of the victims or witnesses in the case, and not possess any weapons or firearms.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Christian Stein?
Stein, correct.
Okay. And Mr. Stein, I just want to verify, your date of birth is October 24th of 1993?
Correct.
Okay. So this is in case number 2022 CF 1122680. I will go ahead and, actually, let me do this. Let me ask you a question on, do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you? Do you want me to see if you qualify? They're saying that you don't, so I can talk to you a little bit and see if we can.
I mean, if I don't qualify, then I don't qualify.
Right, the benefit to you having a public defender would at least allow you to have somebody to stay in contact with so that you can return back to Las Vegas and so that they can appear on your behalf. They can waive certain appearances, so that would be helpful to you.
That would be helpful, yes.
Let me ask you a question as to the job income that you listed here. You say you get paid that every week?
Yeah,
And is that without fail, it's always that amount, or does it kind of go up and down?
it'll vary depending on the amount of hours of work, but that's based on 40 hours of work.
Are you getting 40 hours of work every week?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sometimes I work overtime, sometimes I get a little less than 40.
okay. And then as far as the liabilities, are those, is that credit card debt, student loans?
No, only loan I have is a vehicle loan.
Vehicle, okay. 7 times 4 is, it's 28, that's why, okay. Yeah, you don't qualify for the Public Defender's Office. What you can do is see if you can talk to an attorney. I am gonna give you a bond. Let me ask, the way I understood it was that you and your girlfriend do live together in Las Vegas, correct? So, sir, without her being here this morning, I have to issue a no contact order.
Okay.
That order that's in front of you that the officer is asking you to sign, that's just acknowledging that you understand that I'm issuing that no contact order. That means you're not to see her, call her, email her, text message her. Let me ask, if I recall from reading the charging affidavit, you were planning on returning home tomorrow?
Yes, I have a flight for tomorrow at 2:30.
Okay. Is it possible that she's gone home earlier?
Yeah, she left earlier.
She left earlier.
She changed her, she originally had a flight yesterday morning as well, but she changed her flight to today.
Okay.
And then,
So she's already, so let me ask you this. Once you get back home, can you find someplace else to stay until you and your attorney?
I will more than likely, I'm not entirely sure what I'll do yet, but I'll probably just come back here and live with my dad.
Okay. So I will go ahead and put that you need to maintain a separate residence from her because of the no contact order. If you need to go back home and get any belongings, you certainly may do so.
To get my car and my dog and stuff, so.
Yeah, you can go back. Just make sure you contact law enforcement officers and let them know, just so they can make sure that nothing happens between the two of you.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and set your bond at $2,000 on count 1, $300 on count 2, and $200 on count 3.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions?
So when I do go back, you said I should call the,
I would contact, maybe before you leave today, is call a couple of defense attorneys and see if you can talk to them, because having them be able to speak on your behalf while you're here would be very helpful.
yes.
Okay?
And,
Like when I go back to Las Vegas, like you said, I should contact the police so I can go get my stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Just because there's a no contact order, and if you violate it, it could result in you getting arrested for violating your conditions of release.
Is there any way to get that no contact order removed?
Absolutely, but it's going to require you contacting an attorney that can get you back in front of the trial judge on this.
Okay.
Okay?
in your honor, because we've been having some issues, could you just put in the order that he is allowed to return to Las Vegas?
Yes, and I'll definitely put that you're allowed to return home back to Las Vegas. Okay, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Okay, are you Douglas Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Anderson, were you born on March 18th of 2003?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, give me 1 second here. And then inside the box is also, Mr. Anderson, you are his father?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
So, sir, normally I do in these cases issue a no contact order. By you being here this morning, were you wanting something different to happen, or were you in agreement with that?
I would like to have contact.
Okay, so you'd like for him to come home?
Yes, please.
Okay. What I can do is issue a no hostile contact, which means he can come home and stay with you, but he's not to argue, yell, scream, get in fights with you or anything like that. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, sir, you do qualify for pretrial release. So what I'll do is go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office. This is case number 2022 MM418AA. I'll appoint the public defender. I'll release you on pretrial release. That way you don't have to post any money to get out of jail, but you do have to stay in contact with pretrial services. The only condition is that you not have any hostile contact with your father, and that you not possess any weapons or firearms, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Hi, good morning, sir. Are you LaDonna Celestine?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I say that properly?
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay, great. Thank you. Were you born on November 3rd of 1986?
Yes.
Okay. And let me read this one.
Qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
He does qualify?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Celestine, let me ask you a question. It doesn't appear that you qualify for pretrial, for the Public Defender's Office. Is that okay, or do you want me to look over the affidavit some more? Do you want to hire your own attorney, or did you want to see if I can try to figure out how to get you the public defender? I think you make too much money is part of the problem.
That's just overtime, though.
So that was what I was going to ask you. So let me ask you that it says you get paid every 2 weeks, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that amount, that's with overtime?
Yeah, that's with overtime.
Do you always get overtime?
Yeah, I work a lot of hours.
But I mean, are you guaranteed that amount every 2 weeks?
If I work.
Well, if you work that much, right, but you're not guaranteed that much.
No, ma'am.
Okay, how much are you guaranteed to get every 2 weeks? Like how much do you?
Every 2 weeks, $14.63.
Okay. And then,
Cause I do like 20 hours overtime every week, every 2 weeks. So that's like, what, 40 hours overtime?
yeah, that's where you still make too much money though. I know that sounds crazy, but you do. Do you, I'm gonna have to see if you can try to hire your own attorney. What, try to hire your own, you may not even need to, but let's just wait. What I'm gonna do, the biggest concern I have right now though is because, Ms. Collins is not here this morning, I do have to issue a no contact order with the two of you. Unless she comes in front of Judge McGinnis and tells him something differently, that no contact order is gonna have to stay in place. Let me ask you one more question. The liabilities and debts that you have down here, is that any of that student loan or things that completely can't be taken away, or is it pretty much credit card debt?
What's the debt? I don't know the debt.
It looks like $2,000. Maybe is that what you owe on the car? Do you own your car outright? Or do you still,
Yeah, I own my car.
do you still owe money on it?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have some credit card debt or any school loans that you have to pay off?
It probably could be an apartment, I think.
Okay. Even with the,
I broke the lease, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure.
okay. And you do not have any children, correct?
Yes. I got 5 kids.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother story. Okay. Yeah, they put 0 dependents, so that would change it quite a bit. Okay, you qualify for the public defender. So I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. So what I can do also is note that you do qualify for pretrial release, but I am gonna have to have you sign the no contact order. So that's gonna mean that you not have any contact with Ms. Collins and that you're gonna have to find someplace else to live until you get that order lifted, if you can. So I'm gonna put that you're gonna maintain a separate residence from her.
How do I get it lifted?
You're gonna talk to your attorney and see if they can get Ms. Collins to come in and testify in front of Judge McGinnis to see if she'd be willing to lift it. But I don't want you to violate it between now and then, so make sure you talk to your attorney. I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement officers if you need to get any belongings at your home, but you are gonna maintain a separate residence, the no contact, and no weapons or firearms. Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, but I don't have time to.
And you can always talk to your attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Maylin Funes Colazo? Okay. And is your date of birth February 27th of 2001? Okay. So, ma'am, you are here on case number 2022 MM417AA. I have reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. So I don't want you to tell me anything about the facts of the case or how you got arrested, but I just want to make sure for purposes of releasing you, it was my understanding that your boyfriend, the alleged victim in this case, was moving out at the time that this arrest occurred. So did he as far as you know, had he pretty much moved out? Or or was it like right in the beginning? I mean, I guess what I'm saying is,
In the middle, all his stuff was still there, and he wasn't supposed to go back until after I got there. Everything we have is 50-50.
okay, so this is what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the public defender's office. I'll release you on pretrial release. I'm gonna put that you need to maintain a separate residence from him because you have to sign that no contact order that says that you're not gonna have any contact with him. So pretrial services is probably gonna call the home or him even, just to verify that he's no longer in the home. And as long as he's not there, then you can go back to your house. If for some reason he says he still has stuff there, you may have to find someplace else to go until he gets all his stuff out. okay? Do you have any questions about that? Okay, so I'll just put the, maintain a separate residence, no contact with the victim, and no weapons or firearms, okay? Okay, good luck to you, ma'am, thank you. Okay, good morning, are you Nicole Griffith?
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, were you born on May 26th of 1981?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so ma'am, you are here on case number 2022 MM654980. So, Ms. Griffith, you understand that without your son being present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That's what that officer is asking you to sign. It doesn't obviously tease your son, and I don't want you to never have contact with him again. It just means that you're,
No violent contact?
no, it means you can't have any contact with him at all right now until you get back in front of Judge McGinnis with your son and he tells you otherwise. So I'm assuming that your son still is at your home with your husband, correct?
Yes, he's not on the lease or anything. We rent that home.
So let me ask you a question.
I have children there, but.
Hold on one second. So she doesn't qualify, is that because you just weren't able to get any contact?
Yes, we were not
Yes,
able to
because our
verify.
phones are shut off right now.
Okay, okay, hold on one second. So here's what I'll do. So if you were able to get in touch with her husband and the victim, she might qualify. I mean, she would qualify other than that. Her criminal history wise is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. Part of the problem is pretrial release is not being able to get you into pretrial release because they can't get in contact with your husband or your son. As long as, if they can do that, then that would correct that problem. Just don't have any contact with your son, but maybe they could get in contact with your husband.
Okay, can I have somebody, can I give you something? He's got a text now phone number. Now, my husband has been using that because our phones have been shut off due to non-payment.
Okay. Well, let me see if they can get that information to pretrial release. Miss George is gonna come over. She's your attorney to help you today. But what I'll do is I'll put the no contact order in, but that's against your son. So I'm just gonna put that you maintain a separate residence. If you get out and he's not at your house, obviously you can go back to your
Or if
house.
he's not home at work or whatever, I can go there, get my stuff, whatever.
Well, yeah, if he is
As long
gonna.
as he's not in the house.
Well, yeah, if he's still living there, then you're gonna have to find someplace else to stay. But yes, you can go back one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve your belongings.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So what should I do? Try to get the pretrial?
Miss George is gonna give, is that number
I don't know the six. Okay, this is 863.
Your Honor, I don't, here's the thing. Okay, so I know this is domestic violence. However, based on the statute, it does state that if given the facts and the circumstances and her history warrants it, you can ROR her. She doesn't have much of a criminal history, and I believe it's just because their telephone's off. I'm not even sure they're gonna be able to reach him with the text by now. If we do a no contact order with the victim and one-time return with law enforcement, I believe that would be sufficient. She has no violent crimes on her history. And it's very rare, but I think this is one of the circumstances that would warrant an ROR.
Does the state have any objection?
One moment, Your Honor.
And Miss George, can you inquire, she said something about other children. Does she have other children in the
Yes,
home?
they were not present at the house.
No, I know,
Yes,
but
I do. I have an 11-year-old.
how old?
11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Okay.
Your Honor, there is
And
a
a stay-at-home mom.
Hold on.
Your Honor, there is a previous incident of domestic violence I believe that was back in 2015. Charges were ultimately dropped, but I do not believe that this particular defendant should get ROR, Your Honor.
And who was the alleged victim in that case?
I believe it is her husband. It's Dustin Griffith.
Which was dropped.
So,
And he was here that day to tell me to come home. It was just, it wasn't a domestic, no violent fight. It was a young fight. I'm sorry.
what's the
So, let me ask you a question. The information that you have on that piece of paper that you think is from your husband, are you saying that's like,
It's a text now phone number, like it's a free thing that you could get just to make phone calls out of. I don't know if it's getting incoming calls. I just know
where did you get that number from?
my husband wrote it down yesterday at the police with the police. I have my sister's number up here, which is a clear number that we could get in touch with, and then
Where does
Would
your
that work?
sister live?
she lives outside of. She lives in Orlando.
She lives in Orlando?
would that work? If we can call the sister? Okay. So I just didn't know if she had any other, but since she has a sister, I think it would be sufficient, Your Honor.
I think we'll be fine. So I'll keep her on the pretrial release since she does qualify. And then, but I'll also put or a $500 bond, but hopefully they'll be able to get in touch with, between your sister or your husband, they'll get you out on the pretrial release, okay?
So 321-438-4275? Okay, I'm gonna give it to her.
I've been able to get in touch with them.
Do you know what Mr. Bigney's here for? Mr. Bigney, what are you, we don't know what case you're here on.
I know.
Okay. Is that okay?
Well, I'd like to let you know, so perhaps we can get a call. But I found out after I got here, I confirmed that he's not on for the Act 1, but I can waive his appearance because it's a bondable offense. If everybody's willing to do it, it's Robert Lee Perry.
Does he just, can I just
Cheating
keep?
and eluding, so they no bond.
Oh, he no bonded him. Okay. Let me finish the domestics and then I'll come right back to it, okay? Thanks. Okay, you're all set. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you. Hi, are you Tyrese Hill? And Mr. Hill, were you born on January 4th of 1994? Okay. And I believe in the box is Miss Lewis? Is that correct?
Yes.
Miss Lewis, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Lewis, so you are the alleged victim in this case. Normally, I issue no contact orders. By you being here this morning, is that because you're in agreement with the no contact order, or did you want to have contact with him?
Yeah, I want to have contact.
Okay, so one of the things I can do is issue a no hostile contact. It just means that you're not, he can't fight with you, scream at you, yell at you, or anything like that. Would that be okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. So this is on case number 2022 MM654780. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent him. I am finding probable cause, and I'll go ahead and set the bond at $500. The only condition will be that you have no hostile contact with Miss Lewis. Do you have any questions? Okay, ma'am, you have any questions?
No.
Okay, good luck to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi, good morning. Are you Billy Joseph?
Yes, I'm Billy.
Okay. And is your date of birth December 14th of 1998?
Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have you here on case number 2022 MM654480. I will go ahead and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Now, Miss Lewis, because Mr. Richards is not here, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. Obviously, that means that you're not
to have any contact with him, whether it be in person, phone, email, text, anything like that. By you signing that order is just acknowledging that you have the no contact order.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I'm aware of that. I just wanted to, as I was explaining to her, we do share a house together and we do have children. So it's kind of impossible because I have to take my children to school and, take care of my kids, and he works from home. So how am I supposed to do that? And we recently just moved to this county, so I don't have any family here. So I really don't have anywhere to go, and I don't know what to do with my children. So before I sign, I just wanted to let you know that beforehand.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You can let me know that, but I'm telling you by law, without him being present, I have to issue the no contact order. So you're gonna have to talk to your attorney and try to figure out a way for this to change. And it definitely can change. It's just gonna be that you have to get in front of Judge McGinnis, who's the trial judge on this case, and see if he'd be willing to do that. But most importantly, it's really because Mr. Richards has to get in front of the judge and tell him that he's not concerned with you coming home or that he's okay with you coming home. Until that happens, the no contact order has to stay in place. Now, she was not interviewed.
No, she wasn't. She was taken off the floor to safe book.
Okay, so it is possible that if she were to be interviewed, but my guess is based on what she's telling me, she doesn't have any place else to stay.
To
No,
my
they're
mom's
not
house,
gonna
that's
give it to
3
you.
hours away. I mean, if someone could give me my purse from our house, then I'll be able to drive back to Palm Beach County.
It doesn't work. All right. We're gonna- Your Honor, could we see if she could be screened for pretrial? I mean, she has her mom's address. Maybe that would qualify her.
Yeah, what I was gonna do is set the bond at either $500 or pretrial release, but with the conditions that she have no contact with the alleged victim. Obviously, she's gonna need to maintain a separate residence from him. I will allow her to go back one time with law enforcement officers to retrieve any belongings if she needs to. I will also indicate that because DCF was contacted, she needs to abide by any orders that DCF puts into place. And then if I'm hearing her correctly, her mom does not live in Orange County, correct?
No, she's at Palm Beach.
I have my aunt that lives here, but I recently.
So I will.
She also has her aunt who lives here, so.
The last time I seen my aunt was when I was 10, but since we moved here, I've seen her like once or twice. The only aunt I really know close like that, so I don't know her number by heart.
You're gonna have to.
I'll include that if she does qualify for pretrial release and it needs her to stay in Palm Beach County, that I have no objection to that.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. You can get it changed, the no contact, you have to appear for court. They're gonna come see you to see if you qualify for PCI. That means you won't have to pay. If you qualify, if not, you're gonna have to pay the bond.
I didn't have my purse.
Okay, again, listen to me. You're gonna have to either have your mom pay it. Or you're gonna have to have somebody come and post it. And let you go home and get your purse.
Okay, Cheryl Elizabeth Myers,
Shabri Meyer is in hospital.
she's in the hospital?
I will waive, Your Honor.
Okay. And are they here for him? Okay, so I just wanted to verify. So on case number 2022 MM6545AO, Cheryl Elizabeth Myers, I will go ahead and set her bond at $500 or pretrial release if she qualifies, with the conditions that she have no contact.
Are there victims?
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, for her, never mind.
No contact with the alleged victim in this case, that she maintained separate residence from him,
If she needs any of her belongings, she may return one time with law enforcement officers to retrieve those belongings, and that she's not to possess any weapons or firearms. Okay, are you Mr. Rivera?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you say your first name?
Exaniel.
Exaniel? Okay. And Mr. Rivera, were you born on September 21st of 1994?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm going to presume that in the box is your wife and your 2 children.
Am I allowed to look in that direction?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. And Ms. Rivera, can I get you to raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, Ms. Rivera, normally in these types of situations, I do issue a no contact order so that the 2 of you remain separated. And but you being here today with your daughters, are you wanting him to come home and have contact with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. If I issue a no hostile contact, do you feel that that would keep you safe? That means he's not allowed to fight with you, scream at you, yell at you, or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, what I will do is go ahead, this is in case number 2022 MM419AA. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll set you at pretrial release. That way you don't have to pay any monetary amounts to get out. You'll just be supervised by pretrial release with the only condition that you have no hostile contact with your wife, and that you not possess any weapons or firearms.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I do not.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, is there any chance that I can just appear my phone if you're gonna do an afternoon docket?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So it's a obviously I don't have the charging affidavit in front of me. It's a fleeing and attempting to elude, was
An aggravated fleeing and attempting to move.
an ag?
Sure.
How about, tell me the defendant's name again?
Robert Lee Perry. No, I'm sorry, I have an 11 o'clock flash. Something.
So, Mr. Bigney, he's entitled to a bond. Obviously, oh, here's the charging affidavit.
He also qualifies for pretrial, Your Honor.
He does qualify for pretrial? Okay. Yeah, I'll just call you. We'll figure it out. I'll text you and let you know when we'll do it.
Thank you.
Me too.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
This is. Hey, I'll be honest with you, I've never seen this before. So you're just asking that you be able to Tuesday at 10:30. So you just want to go and talk to him? Oh, it's a parole?
Are you guys aware that the parole board does hearings here?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever heard of that before?
Mm-mm.
Well, what's interesting is he's got a subpoena that tells him, well, it tells him to be at the 3723 Vision Boulevard, but then when he went over there, they told him to come over here.
No, we don't ever.
Of the building next door? Yeah, this is 33rd Street, right?
3855.
But you think that the actual parole does something on the top of the HR building? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, if anybody says you weren't where you're supposed to be, just let them, I'll vouch for you. You're welcome. I've never seen that before. Wouldn't you do parole violations at the Florida Reception Center? Wouldn't that make more sense? Okay. Okay. I just work here. Okay, good morning, ma'am. Is it Driana Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Thomas, were you born on October 20th of 1994?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have viewed the charging affidavit. Oh, no. This is the one, another one where I couldn't get into it. So let me just open it real quick. Hold on. Okay, so Ms. Thomas, this is an arrest warrant that Judge Allen signed. She found that there was probable cause. It was for an incident alleged to have occurred on July 24th of this year. The alleged victim in this case would have been Mr. McClinton. So because Mr. McClinton is not here, I do have to issue a no contact order. The officer's having you sign that. That just is acknowledging that you understand you're not to see him, call him, email him, text message him, contact him through somebody else. No contact means no contact. I will go ahead and set your bond at $500. The conditions are that you have that no contact order, that you not possess any weapons or firearms. It's my understanding you don't live together, correct? Yeah. Wait. So I don't have to do that. So it'd just be the no contact, the no weapons or firearms. Ms. George, unless she has some other question. And I'll appoint the public defender. Okay, it's his front yard, so, yeah. We'll keep those.
But he's staying there with you? No, he don't live. Hold on. Let me just make sure, because I don't want any. Because I don't want any issues. He left some items at her apartment. He doesn't live there, but he would spend the night. He left, but he left some clothes there. She wants to drop them off at his family. I don't want any issues, so that's why
I wanted to make it clear. I told her if he shows up to call the police, but she wants to drop him off at one of his relatives' house. I just don't want it to be a big mess. So that's why I wanted to bring it to the court's attention, Your Honor.
Yeah, my only concern, ma'am, so the thing is you have the no contact order. It's against you. So like if he comes over to your house, you're the one that's gonna end up going to jail if the police get called and they can't figure out how, like if he all of a sudden just says, and I don't know how that would work because he obviously is at your house, but like if something happened and they don't believe you, you're gonna be the one that goes to jail. That's why she's worried about you, because the no contact order means you're not even supposed to have contact with people that might try to give him information about you. That's why she's worried about you. Do you absolutely need to give him that stuff like within the next week or two?
No, till I just sit it out on the side of the road.
She said no. She won't give it to him. That was my only concern. That's why I wanted to make it clear.
I would
didn't
just
want
think
any
it's
issues.
easier for right now if you just keep his stuff. If like his grandmother were to call and say, hey, can I come and get his stuff? That's cool, because the no contact order has nothing to do between you and grandma as long as you don't talk to her about him. Does that make sense? So I would just leave it like that instead of trying to get him his stuff
I
back.
don't want you to get in trouble.
Okay,
So we're good. Okay.
Okay.
okay, thank you. Okay, so this is Sarah Bacha?
Which one, her?
Okay.
What's her name? Sarah. Oh, it's on that list. I think.
There's no face sheets on this one, Your Honor. But her white box was updated. Let's see.
So you said she does not qualify or she does?
She wasn't interviewed at all.
She wasn't interviewed?
No, she wasn't interviewed. She was taking a safe book.
I don't even know if I have.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I'm pulling up her criminal, her gist.
Your Honor, can you give me the case number, please?
Yes, ma'am. This is case number 2022 MM 6558 AO.
Thank you.
So, it's actually got a couple cases.
I don't even have.
I apologize.
The storm has made this a cluster. Right about it.
Oh, those are the three move-ups. Okay, so I have just this one. Okay.
All right.
So the information that I have from someone who screened her, it mentions that she doesn't have any convictions. She does have arrest history for city ordinance, 2 city ordinance charges, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence. It doesn't state if it was the same victim or not.
Okay.
Oh, yes, it does. It says it's the same victim in the previous case.
Sarah.
Okay, thank you.
She's here for, what's she here for? You had her here for more than one charge?
No. I
Oh, okay.
apologize. They were attached to all the move-ups, so I thought she had more than one. No, she only has one case.
A battery? Is it a battery? Is that what you're showing, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am, just the DV battery.
All right, so just. Well, you're gonna have to wait, because I don't know if you qualify.
And no out-of-state information. No arrest or convictions from out of state.
So, Ms. George, can I ask you, can you inquire, because I'm having a hard time understanding the charging affidavit, because I realize she came back from a trip, but the
the 263 Autumn Breeze Way, does she and the alleged victim live there together?
Yes, it's my place. I've been living there for the last 4 years. He moved in a year and a half ago, and I was relocating to Kentucky. I was visiting an aunt of mine that was over there. I had my vehicle parked at the Harbor House, and my,
Okay, stop. So do you, all she's asking is, yes, they live there together, Your Honor.
Okay.
the problem is that he took the car and then he called the cops.
Okay,
That-
Okay, don't tell me anything about the facts. I'm just trying to figure out your conditions of release. So without him being present here this morning, I have to issue a no contact order. So what I'm trying to figure out is whether or not you need to go back to that residence to retrieve any belongings. I'm guessing yes.
Everything that was,
Keep your mask on.
everything that's in that place is all mine. He only has a TV, a PlayStation 5, and a
Right, but the problem is he lives there, he has a key, and that becomes a civil matter if you want to evict him because you're on the lease.
I wasn't trying to evict anyone. I was just
Okay,
trying to.
stop.
No, what I'm just saying is right now, I have to issue a no contact order. I understand that you may be on the lease. I don't know whether he's on the lease or not, but because he lives there and he has a key, and because I'm making a no contact order that you can't see him, you're gonna have to find someplace else to live until you and your attorney can get back in front of Judge McGinnis and determine something otherwise. So you signing that order is acknowledging that you understand that you're not to have any contact with him.
You
Miss
have
Jo-
to. put the
I understand.
order.
Can you please don't do that to me, please? You need to sign this. I had the worst time of my life.
Ma'am,
And
Your
I
Honor,
just
could,
want-
Your
I
Honor,
will sign it. I will sign it.
but ma'am, listen, you need to listen to me just
I don't
for a
understand what's going on. And
Okay, well, stop talking and let me explain, okay? I understand that you're upset and I understand that you're frustrated. What I'm trying to tell you is that you've been arrested on a criminal charge. You are the one that's in jail, not him, right? Okay? You are the one that is now being told that you can't have any contact with him because you're the one that got arrested.
Right.
I'm not saying whether it's fair or whether it's right or correct. I'm just telling you what I have to tell you for here today. So that means that you can't have any contact with him.
Ma'am, that's not, I don't want to have any contact with this
Okay,
person.
but what I'm saying is because what you were telling me is that all your stuff is at that home, I'm trying to tell you that you can't go back there if he's there.
Okay.
So if he's not there, then great, you can go back there. But if he's there, you're gonna have to find somebody else, someplace else to live. But I am allowing you to go back one time with law enforcement officers so that you can retrieve some belongings if you need to get them.
I already had all my stuff packed up. When I came back, I realized that my car was not where it was. I contacted Holler Honda. We're a finance manager, and I purchased the car. They said that he tracked the car because it's a lease vehicle. He went to the house, he got another key made, and he went and picked up the car. So I had nowhere, or at the time that I got picked up at the airport, it was 2:00 in the morning because it got delayed. When I got there and I found out all of this stuff, I called him and said, "Why? I need the car."
I
I
understand.
know, but
I'm
I
reading
didn't
the
even
chart.
put my hands on him. I didn't do anything to him,
But
and he
ma'am-
was able to say
but
all of
ma'am-
that to the cop, and I
Ma'am,
didn't say
do
anything.
you realize that you're being recorded,
I
ma'am?
know, but it's the truth.
Okay, but what I'm telling you is you're upset. You're emotional, okay? Can you just sign that order for me? Okay, so listen to me. I know you want to tell me everything that's going on. You need to understand this is Miss Eugene. She's a very nice lady, but she also represents the state of Florida that's prosecuting you. You're upset, so you're just telling me all sorts of stuff. I'm not saying that what you're telling me isn't true, but what you may not understand is some of the things that you're telling me may not be things that your attorney thinks are good things to tell me, because it could implicate you in things that you're not aware of. So what I'm just trying to explain to you right now is without him being present and because this is all I can do is tell you the conditions of your release. I can get you out on a bond
if you qualify.
Yes.
So I'll put that you can have either pretrial release or $500 for a bond, but that you have that no contact order, that you've got to maintain a separate residence.
I won't talk to him.
Okay,
But the problem with that is that when everything happened, the officer gave him my wallet. He cut all my credit cards, everything when I was in
I
Kentucky.
know, but ma'am, listen.
I don't have the money to pay that. How will I get out? I don't took my cell phone. I don't have anything here. He's got all the luggage that I had took from Kentucky in my car.
Because what I'm doing is giving you a public defender.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to disrespect any of you, but you guys understand the abuse that I've been dealing with this person for years.
Ma'am, I understand that you're very frustrated and you're upset.
Frustrated. It's so much more than frustration. I've been trying to get out of this situation.
But ma'am, I'm telling you that this is all I can do for you right now, but I've given you the tools so that you can try to get in front of your trial judge and see if something's going to change. But more importantly, I've given you pretrial release. If you qualify, you just got to talk to them and see if they can help you. If they can't help you, your attorney can help you. Okay? So you've been given some options. You just need to, I know you're upset, but you need to calm down and let some of these other people try to help you, okay?
But what does that mean, the pretrial release?
That means if you qualify, you'll get out without having to post a bond, okay? Okay. Thank you. Okay, good morning, sir. Are you Eddie Swanson?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, were you born on July 12th of 1982?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, you are here on case number 2022 CF 11227AO. So, sir, I need you to understand, without Ms. King being present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order. So the officer is going to hand you a piece of paper to have you sign it. It's just saying that you understand that you're not going to talk to Ms. King, either see her, call her, email her, text message her, contact her in any way. Do you have any questions about that?
Well, not really. It just.
Now, what I'm trying to make sure that I understand is that where this incident occurred was the Spring Hill Court, but that you live in a different location, correct? So you do not live with Ms. King, right? Is that correct? Okay, so.
Then nothing happened on Spring Court.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to make sure for conditions of your release that I don't put you in a situation where you can't go back home. So I just want to make sure that you understand you can't go and see Ms. King and you can't go to where she lives, but obviously you can go where you live and you can stay there. But I'm just going to order that you have no contact with her. You don't possess any weapons or firearms. My only question would be if he qualifies for pretrial release.
No, he doesn't qualify for admin order.
So I will go ahead and set your bond at $2,000 and also include that you not possess any weapons or firearms and appoint the public defender's office, okay? Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming this is Vicky Rebecca Vasquez Barrios. And ma'am, were you born on October 27th of 1991? Okay. So we're here on case number 2022 MM 6557AO. And
she qualifies for pretrial.
She does, okay. So, Ms. Vasquez, without Mr. House being present here today, I do have to issue a no contact order between the two of you. That's what that officer is having you sign. It's you acknowledging that this no contact order does exist. It's that you're not to have see him, call him, email him, text message him, send him in cards, letters, or gifts unless you get back with your attorney in front of Judge McGinnis, the trial judge, so that they can change that. But I'm also wanting to verify with you, my understanding from reading this charging affidavit is that the two of you do not live together, correct?
We do not.
Okay, perfect. So you maintaining a separate residence from him would not be an issue for you. Okay. So what I can do is I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you.
Sorry, I do have a question. So we weren't like, we didn't,
Can you sign that order? And then Ms. George will hopefully be able to answer your question. You want me to sign those now, or are you gonna go through them first? Okay, thank you.
It was the same as the other client, Your Honor. She has some of his items, so she was just wondering. He left some clothes there.
I would just leave him alone for right now, and then if it really becomes an issue, he can contact your attorney, and maybe your attorney could set up a way for that to happen. But because you're the one with the no contact order, I just wouldn't worry about it for right now, okay? So I will release you with pretrial release with the no contact order, no weapons or firearms, and you're all set, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. May I throw that away, or do you need that? Okay.
I thought we were doing.
Okay, and are we at, is this Calvalicia Collins?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your date of birth is February 26th of 1993?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a warrant out of Highlands County, active warrant. So it says that there is a no bond and that they will pick you up, so. Oh, no, okay, so count 1 is a no bond, but count 2 is 5,000. Well, that's kind of irrelevant, though, if there's a no bond. So, so Highlands County should come and pick you up, though Highlands County's on the west coast, right, by Tampa?
I don't even know where it's at. There's something I don't even know about.
Okay, well, I think there might be a storm that's heading right for there, so I'm not sure that this will be the first thing on their agenda to do, but hopefully they will come and pick you up. If they don't come pick you up within the next couple of days, you'll be brought before the judge again to see if we can do something, but we'll work on that, okay?
Okay.
Good luck for you, thank you. Jackson Candace? Hi, good morning. Is your date of birth January 2nd of 1984? Okay, so this is a warrant out of Lake County. It's for a violation of probation. Count 1. Oh, they both have no bonds. Okay, so Lake County will have some time to come and pick you up, and like I said, if they don't, then you'll be brought back before the judge, okay? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you. Larry West? Hi, good morning, Mr. West. Is your date of birth December 9th of 1962?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a warrant out of Lee County. It is for a violation of community control, signed by Judge Kyle. It does set your bond at none. So they will come and pick you up. Like I said, if they don't do it within a certain number of days, they will bring you back before the judge, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Yvonne Williams? Hi, good morning, Ms. Williams. Is your date of birth October 6th of 1961? So, ma'am, you are here in regards to a warrant out of Seminole County. It looks like the bonds have been set at none on this case, so Seminole County will come and pick you up, okay? Good luck to you.
What's the warrant for? I have no idea.
It says that it was signed by Judge Soto, And it is for, violation of probation for possession of methamphetamine and possession of oxycodone.
I didn't have that, that wasn't what I don't know.
Okay, good luck, thank you.
Nicole Blankenship, refuse, Your Honor.
Okay. She's a VOP. Do you want to just waive her appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office in 2021 CF 13734AO. It's a violation of probation. Her bond is set at none. This would be Willie Clayton. Hi, good morning, Mr. Clayton. Were you born on May 5th of 1989?
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, you are here on a violation of probation. This is in case number 2020 CF 5456AO. Judge Harris did set the bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Taisha Dyer. Hi, good morning, Ms. Dyer. Is your date of birth August 19th of 1990?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, it looks like that you're here on, let's see, I have two cases, 2019 CF 16186AO and 2021 CF 3254AO. These are both violations of probation. They were signed by Judge Strobridge, and she set your bond at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you on both cases, okay? Good luck to you, thank you.
Darian Long, refuse, Your Honor.
Okay,
I will waive, Your Honor.
okay. In Mr. Long's case, case number 2021 CF 14534-180. The bond has been set at none. I will go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent him. Lorenzo McIntosh. Hi, Mr. McIntosh. Were you born on November 9th of 1992? Sir, this is a case on case number 2021 CF 13035AO. It is a violation of probation. I'll go ahead and well, let me ask you, were you wanting the Public Defender's Office appointed, or do you have a private attorney?
Just fine now.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
How many? One? So because you do have a child, you do qualify for the Public Defender's Office. So I'll go ahead and appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And this will be in Division 14, okay? Good luck to you, thank you. Ms. George, you want to, on all of these where they're saying they don't qualify, they're putting 0 for dependents.
I'm going to talk to them. I noticed.
M2172.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, defense does have a probable cause challenge to an element of this case.
Okay.
Señoría, la defensa tiene un argumento sobre indicios razonables en este caso.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Señora, por favor, dígame su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento despacio y en voz alta, por favor.
Okay, good afternoon. Carmen Carrero.
Okay, good afternoon. Carmen Carrero.
And date of birth?
Su fecha de nacimiento.
December 5, 1958.
Your Honor, the interpreter could respectfully request that the defendant speak Spanish if he uses the services of the interpreter.
Yes.
Señora, por favor, si usted va a hacer los servicios del intérprete, hable solamente en español.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so,
Correcto.
all right.
Yes, correct.
All right, ma'am. I am appointing the public defender to represent you today.
Señora, voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público para que las representen a usted hoy.
You are here on a charge of battery, touching or striking, domestic in nature.
Usted se encuentra aquí por un cargo de agresión, tocar o golpear de naturaleza doméstica.
Correcto.
And
Correct.
counsel, I'll hear your argument on probable cause.
Licenciado, su argumento referente a indicios razonables.
Yes, Your Honor. My challenge goes to the domestic.
And just keep in mind, if you take frequent breaks so that Mr. Barrera can interpret.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead,
Your
counsel.
Honor, my challenge goes to the domestic violence element of this charge.
Su señoría, mi recta va contra el elemento de violencia doméstica en este cargo.
While I do see the statement the officer made, which states that they were living as a family unit for 1 year.
Porque yo veo la declaración que hizo el agente que estaban viviendo como familia por más de un año.
My client in this case is the mother of the aggressor's boyfriend.
En este caso, la acusada es la madre del novio del agresor.
And her primary concern, which is reported in this arrest affidavit, is that she is not seeing her son enough due to the girlfriend's interference.
Y la inquietud que tenía ella, según el informe y lo que se indicó en el informe, es que no estaba viendo a su hijo con frecuencia debido a la interferencia de la novia.
Which directly contradicts the statement of them living as a family unit together. As such, I would argue that no domestic relationship exists between my client and the aggressor.
Y eso contradice lo que indica aquí que eran viviendo como familia, porque no estaban viviendo, eran personas que no estaban viviendo juntos como agresor y víctima.
Okay, counsel, quick question on that.
Licenciado, tengo una pregunta rápida referente a eso.
The domestic component, from my understanding, just goes to whether or not they're held without bond initially. Is it an actual sentence, crime other than battery?
Según yo tengo entendido, el elemento constitutivo de violencia doméstica solamente afecta a la fianza. ¿Se está refiriendo usted al delito en sí o a la sentencia?
It can affect the terms of probation, what we are allowed to negotiate and what we are not, based on Florida law, Your Honor.
Puede afectar la libertad vigilada y es algo que no podemos negociar, y también puede afectar la sentencia, su señoría.
State, would you like to be heard?
¿Fiscalía quiere opinar?
Yes, Judge. Sorry, let me just address that.
Sí, señoría.
Judge, this is a probable cause standard to go based on what is in the affidavit. What we have in the affidavit is that they were living together as a family for 1 year.
Señoría, tenemos que hablar sobre el motivo fundado, que es el estándar que se contiene en el affidavit. Según el affidavit, ellos están viviendo como familia por más de 1 año.
Defense is making inferences off of what it means that she was upset that she hadn't seen her son.
Y el licenciado está haciendo inferencias sobre el hecho que ella está molesta porque no había visto a su hijo.
It could have been that he was away. There are numerous situations. So what
Es posible que él que estuviera alejado. Pueden existir diferentes situaciones.
what we have in the affidavit does provide the probable cause for the domestic as well as battery.
Lo que se contiene en el affidavit tenemos suficiente para el constitutivo de violencia doméstica, al igual que el cargo de agresión.
Okay, anything further, counsel, before I make a determination?
¿Algo más, licenciado, antes que yo haga mi determinación?
Just a brief reply, Your Honor, if I may.
Una breve respuesta, si me permite.
You may.
Adelante.
I would just state that the only statement we have that supports the domestic nature is a conclusory statement by the officer saying they lived as a family unit.
La única declaración que tenemos, que es la única declaración que indica una relación de violencia doméstica, es una declaración conclusiva que hizo el agente policíaco de que estaban viviendo como familia.
With no facts provided that support that.
Y no existen hechos para apoyarlo.
And my argument is based on the facts we do have from the arrest affidavit showing what her concern was, Your Honor.
Y mi argumento está basado en lo que sí tenemos en el contenido de la affidavit, de su inquietud y preocupación porque no ha visto el hijo.
Okay, thank you. I am going to find probable cause for the charge, including to the extent that it is an additional element, the domestic component.
Voy a determinar que existe índice razonable, incluyendo el componente adicional de violencia doméstica.
I'm going to set bond at $500 with PTR.
Voy a programar la fianza de $500 con condiciones de libertad provisional.
As a condition of release, the Ms. Carrero is not to have any contact with the alleged victim.
Como condición de su libertad, a la señorita Carrero se le va a prohibir el trato con la presunta víctima.
State have a position on separate residences?
La fiscalía tiene algún punto de vista sobre las residencias separadas.
Go ahead.
Yes, Judge, we would ask for maintaining separate residence with a one-time return with law enforcement.
Su señoría, estamos pidiendo que se le mantenga las residencias separadas, se le permita regresar una sola vez, acompañado de un agente del orden público.
We'd also ask for no weapons or firearms and no drugs or illegal substances or alcohol.
También estamos pidiendo la prohibición de armas de fuego, armas blancas y de drogas, alcohol, y sustancia.
Defense, would you like to be heard on that?
¿Defensa quiere decir algo sobre eso?
No objection with the one-time return, Your Honor.
Okay.
Sin objeción, pues, siempre y cuando permitiendo que regrese una sola vez.
Okay, so separate residences, Ms. Carrera will be permitted a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings.
Tiene que mantener residencias separadas, se le permitirá regresar una sola vez al lugar de los acontecimientos con la supervisión de un agente de orden público para recuperar sus pertenencias personales.
And you are not to own or possess weapons or firearms.
Se le prohíbe portar armas de fuego, armas blancas.
I didn't see alcohol or drugs as a component of this, so I'm not going to order that at this time.
No vi como componente de esto la droga o alcohol, por lo tanto no lo puedo prohibir en este momento.
Okay. Anything further from the defense?
¿Algo más por parte de la defensa?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
State.
Nada por parte de la defensa. ¿Fiscalía?
No, Judge, it's just a standard condition we asked for, I understand, so.
Understood.
I'm gonna ask for it every time, but I understand what your position is.
Su señoría, son las condiciones estándar que siempre pedimos y por lo tanto lo estamos pidiendo, pero entiendo su señoría.
Thank you, Ms. Carrera. Best of luck to you.
Gracias, señorita Carrera. Buena suerte.
Esteban Hernandez Gutierrez. 22 CF 2782, Mr. Barrera.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth, please?
Buenas tardes, caballeros. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento, por favor? Despacio, voz alta.
Esteban Hernández Gutiérrez, nací en 1997, 1 de julio.
My name is Esteban Hernandez Gutierrez. I was born in 1997, the 1st of July.
Okay, sir. I am appointing the public defender to represent you today.
Señor, voy a asignar las oficinas del defensor público que lo representen a usted en el día de hoy.
You are here on a charge of aggravated battery.
Usted se encuentra aquí con un cargo de agresión agravada.
I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
He revisado la affidavit de cargos, determino que existen indicios razonables para el cargo.
Bond will be set at $5,000
La fianza estará programada en $5,000.
as a condition of release. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim.
Como condición de su libertad, se le va a prohibir el trato con la presunta víctima.
You are to maintain separate residences.
Tiene que mantener residencias separadas.
I will. Does he require a one-time return?
¿Necesita regresar?
If I may have one moment to confer, Your Honor.
Sure.
Si me permite un momentico, señoría.
Correct. He doesn't qualify.
Yes, Your Honor, he does live there. We would request a one-time return with law enforcement.
Sí, su señoría vive ahí. Pedimos que pueda regresar una sola vez con un agente de orden público.
I will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings.
Le voy a permitir que regrese una sola vez acompañado de un agente de orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales.
You are not to possess any weapons or firearms.
Se le prohíbe portar armas de fuego o armas blancas.
You are not to consume any alcohol or drugs.
No se le permitirá ingerir alcohol o drogas.
Anything further from the state?
Algo más, fiscalía.
State would also ask for no contact with the co-defendant, who I believe is next.
Y se le está pidiendo que se le prohíba el trato con el coacusado, que creo que es la próxima persona.
I will also, excuse me, require no contact with the co-defendant.
También le voy a prohibir trato con la presunta víctima. Disculpe, con el coacusado.
Best of luck, sir.
Buena suerte, caballero.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Marcelino Hernandez Gutierrez, case 22 CF 2785.
President approaching, Your Honor, be a moment. He is in the cage.
Sure.
If it continues, my apologies, Your Honor.
That's okay. Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, caballero. ¿Se me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento despacio y voz alta?
Marcelino Hernández Gutiérrez.
Marcelino Hernández Gutiérrez.
Nací en 23 de septiembre de 1993.
I was born the 23rd of September 1983.
Okay, sir. I am appointing the public defender to represent you today.
Señor, voy a designar a las oficinas del defensor público para que los represente con usted en el día de hoy.
You are here on a charge of aggravated battery.
Usted se aquí un cargo de agresión agravada.
I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
He revisado la affidavit de cargos, determino que existen indicios razonables para el cargo.
Bond will be set at $5,000.
La fianza estará programada en $5,000.
As a condition, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim or the co-defendant.
Como condición de su libertad se le va a prohibir trato con la presunta víctima y su coacusado.
You are to maintain separate residences from the alleged victim.
Se le va a exigir que mantenga una residencia separada de la presunta víctima.
I will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings.
Le voy a permitir que regrese una sola vez acompañado de un agente del orden público para recopilar sus pertenencias personales.
And you are not to have any alcohol or drugs.
No se le permitirá ingerir drogas o alcohol.
Anything further from the state?
¿Algo más, Fiscalía?
Did you say that no weapons or firearms?
¿Usted indicó no armas de fuego, armas blancas?
No weapons or firearms also.
Se le va a prohibir armas de fuego y armas blancas.
Defense? Anything further?
¿Defensa algo más?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Okay.
Nada por parte de la defensa.
Best of luck, sir.
Buena suerte, caballero.
One more, Mr. Brewer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Lourdes Gonzalez Santini. Case 22MM2173.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señorita. Por favor, dígame su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento despacito y en voz alta, por favor.
Buenas tardes. Lourdes González, septiembre 27 del 85.
Good afternoon, Lourdes González, 27th of September 85.
Okay, ma'am. You are here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking.
Usted se encuentra aquí por un cargo de agresión, tocar o golpear.
I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge.
He revisado la affidavit de cargo, determino que existen indicios razonables para el cargo.
Bond will be set at $1,000
La fianza estará programada en $1,000
with pretrial release.
con condiciones de libertad provisional.
As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim.
Como condición de su libertad provisional, se le va a prohibir trato con la presunta víctima.
I don't believe they live together, correct?
No creo que viven juntos, ¿correcto?
¿Cómo?
What?
You do not reside with the alleged victim, correct?
Usted no reside con la presunta víctima, ¿correcto?
Correcto, no recibo.
Okay.
Correct, I don't live.
All right, anything further from the state?
¿Algo más, Fiscalía?
We'd ask for no weapons or firearms, no alcohol or controlled substance without valid prescription.
Estamos pidiendo que se le prohíba armas de fuego, armas blancas y alcohol y drogas a que no sea que sean recetadas.
I'm not going to require those at this time. Anything further from the defense?
¿Algo más, defensa?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Nada por parte de la defensa.
Thank you. Best of luck, ma'am.
Buena suerte, señora.
And just to confirm, counsel, is that the last of the interpreter cases?
That was the last I had identified, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. If you want to just ask really quickly of the
Certainly, Your Honor. Su atención, por favor, si hay alguna persona presente que necesite los servicios del intérprete, por favor, alce la mano en este momento.
I see no response, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Burra.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon. Stay safe.
You too. All right. Kiera Cunningham.
He's present and appropriate, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Kiera Cunningham, 1988, November 8th.
Okay, Ms. Cunningham, you are here on an out-of-county warrant from Orange County. You are going to be transferred to Orange County, okay?
Yes,
Have a good day. Lisa Laverne Smith.
He's present and appropriate, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Lisa Laverne Smith, June 18th, 1969.
Okay, ma'am, you are also here on an out-of-county warrant from Orange County for failure to appear. You are going to be transferred to Orange County. I believe bond was set in the warrant at 150. Is that correct?
I believe so, Your Honor.
All right, so bond will be stayed at the amount that was in. Oh, there's a separate case. Okay. So on case. Thank you. On that case, you'll be transferred. The bond that was set by the warrant will stay in place. And then on case number
2011 CT 7392.
Also out-of-county warrant, Orange County, failure to appear, bond was set at 150 in the warrant. It'll remain at 150.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You want to ask your lawyer first, or?
Yeah, if I may have a moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
We are ready to proceed, Your Honor. I have answered her question. We are.
Okay. All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am. All right. Quentin Lamar Cunningham.
He's present and approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Quentin Lamar Cunningham, 52990.
All right, sir. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you today. You're here on a bench warrant for failure to appear for pretrial. Bond was set at 0. It'll remain at 0 at this time. We have a court date for you, sir. Just a moment, sir.
Pre-trial, October 26, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A, jury trial, November 7th, 9 a.m.
Sorry, sir.
Did you catch that?
We did not.
Could you repeat that and make sure you're speaking into the mic?
Pre-trial, October 26, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A.
I'm sorry.
Okay. October 26, 9 a.m. is pretrial, courtroom 5A. Trial is
November 7th, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A.
November 7th, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Luis Jose Fonseca.
Your Honor, I've been informed by corrections he refused to join us today. I believe there may be some indications of detoxing. Could we have a 24-hour reset?
Yes, we will reset for tomorrow. Oh, well, 24 hours, just so you know, the 24 hours is going to be heard by someone at the jail, but they'll be able to get you in.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll do a 24-hour reset. Raul Garcia.
Present and approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Good afternoon, Raul Garcia, 1/6/1974.
All right, Mr. Garcia, you're here on a bench warrant arrest for failure to appear for pretrial. Bond was set at 0. It's going to remain at 0. You have a date? Hold on. I'll let her know.
9 a.m.
Pretrial is, it's on now?
Can you guys hear me now?
Can you hear now?
No, Your Honor. I
Okay.
apologize.
October 26, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A.
October 26, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A is pretrial.
Jury trial, November 7th, 9 a.m.
November 7th, 9 a.m., courtroom 5A for trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Nikel Harper.
Present and approaching, Your Honor.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Nikel Harper, November 15, 1999.
All right, Mr. Harper, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you today. You are here on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set at $10,000 with pretrial release. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are not to have any weapons or firearms. Anything further from the state?
Ask for no alcohol or controlled substance.
I don't think that was an issue here, so,
It's not articulated
yeah.
specifically.
I won't order that this time. Anything further from the defense?
Not this time, Your Honor.
Okay, best of luck, sir.
Judge, if you'd prefer for me to not ask it for every time, just know that I'm just asking on all the domestic violence cases.
I totally understand, and feel free.
Okay.
Nicholas Puentes.
President approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Nicholas Puentes, 1105-99.
Okay, Mr. Puentes, you're here on a bench warrant arrest for failure to appear for a VOP arraignment. Bond was set at 0. It's going to remain at 0 at this time. Any court dates? VOP arraignment is on October 6th at 8:30 a.m. in courtroom 4F. Okay, best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Stacy Dwayne Stellato. He's got 2 cases, right?
President approaching.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. Stacy Stellato, 9/29/1969.
Okay, Mr. Stellato, you are here on 2 cases. On case 2022 CT 1920, you're here on a bench warrant for failure to appear for pretrial. Bond was set at 0. It will remain at 0. You have a date on that case? Pretrial will be November 9th, 8:15 a.m. in courtroom 4A. And then on case number 2022 CT 1919, you also have a bench warrant for failure to appear for pretrial. Bond was set at 0. It'll remain at 0. And your pretrial is set for November 9th, 2022 at 8:15 in courtroom 4A. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sherry Hardio Singh.
Is President approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth, please?
Sherry Hardio Singh, 10/28/78.
Okay, I'm appointing the public defender to represent you today. You're here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I have reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set at $500 with pretrial release. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are to maintain separate residences. If you do reside together, well, do you reside together?
Yes.
Okay, I will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings. State?
We're asking for no weapons or firearms and no alcohol or controlled substance. It does look like this was occurring as they were leaving from Breeze Bar.
Anything further from the defense?
Your Honor, we would just request we leave the conditions as set by the court at this time and not add the requests from the state.
Sure. I'll add a requirement for no alcohol or drugs as a condition.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Best of luck to you, ma'am. Edgal Jusino Lugo.
Is President approaching, Your Honor? While defense does not have a PC argument, we would request to be heard on release conditions.
And he does qualify for direct PTR, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Edgar Giusino. Date of birth, June 12, 1949.
All right, sir, you're here on a charge of trespass to an occupied structure. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. I should say I'm also appointing the public defender to represent you today. He does qualify for direct pretrial release with no bond, and that's my inclination. But I'm happy to hear.
Yes, Your Honor. Just based on the lack of history with this particular client and the nature of the nonviolent charge, defense would request that instead of direct PTR, that the court consider ROR at this time.
State, any?
What is his history, if I could?
We have no history.
I leave it to the court's discretion.
Officer Jenkins, would you like to be heard?
I leave it up to you, Your Honor.
All right. I will, ROR, as a condition of your release, you are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, sir.
Understood, Your Honor.
So hopefully this doesn't become a problem and we don't have to see you again, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Dios te ama.
Thank you, Your Honor.
David Lopez Morales.
He's President approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
David Lopez Morales, 32486.
All right. I am appointing the public defender to represent you today. You are here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond will be set at $1,500. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You do not reside together currently, correct?
Correct.
Anything further from the state?
I would still ask for no weapons or firearms and no alcohol or controlled substance. I would note that it does look like there was an injunction in place in case number 22 DR 3607 with that same victim. When I looked on the clerk site today, it looked like they were having a hearing scheduled for 1:15, so I don't know if that got canceled or what was happening with
Can you
that.
say that case number again?
Yes, 22 DR 3607.
Yeah, I'm going to require no weapons or firearms, and no drugs or alcohol as well. Defense? Anything further?
Just for the record, we would object to no drugs and alcohol. I don't see any indication in the four corners of the arrest affidavit that they were involved in this event, but no objection to the other stated requirements, Your Honor.
All right. State have a position on the open or the probation case 21 MM 2722.
We'd ask for the bond to be revoked.
Well, he's not out on bond, he's on probation.
It's on probation.
Oh, sorry, then yes, an on-view violation be found, please, and then also revoke.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask the court to not find an on-view violation at this time and allow probation to file a warrant if they believe it is a violation, but otherwise no further argument, Your Honor.
I'm not going to do an on-view at this time. State, if you would like to pursue it, you may. And sir, I would just note that, you know, I know there's a history of domestic violence injunctions. You have a pending domestic violence injunction, and now this case and the criminal case for the violation of the injunction. I don't know how else to tell you. No contact means no contact. I don't care if she calls you to say, I need help with my car. No contact means no contact. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Are we keeping the do not consume alcohol or drugs?
Yes. Benjamin Martin.
President approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Benjamin Martin, March 24, 1978.
All right, Mr. Martin, you are here. Well, let me say, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set at $1,000. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are to maintain separate residences. You are not to consume any alcohol or drugs. Does the victim and the defendant reside together?
We're married 3 years.
Okay. So I will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings. Anything further from the state?
Weapons or firearms?
I'm not going to do that this time. Defense?
Your Honor, if I may have a moment, I think he wishes to inquire.
Sure.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Best of luck to you, sir. Leticia McThune.
President approaching, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Good afternoon, Letitia McThune, 12275.
All right, Ms. McThune, I am appointing the public defender to represent you today. You're here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. Bond's going to be set at $1,000.
Your Honor, may I be heard on release conditions?
Yes.
After talking with this particular client, I have found out that she may not be a Florida resident. As such, her likelihood of being able to get a 10% bond, which they possibly could, or bonding at all by a bonding agent, may be severely limited, especially with the upcoming concerns with this storm. I would ask the court to consider a lower bond based on that information, Your Honor.
State.
Judge, I have concerns that because she's not a Florida resident, that does make it less likely for her to appear for future court dates as well.
Your Honor, I do have some further information for the court, if I may.
You may.
I believe it's already in the arrest affidavit, but she has advised me that she has proof that while not a Florida resident, she is currently staying at a Help Now shelter in the area and would return there if able to post bond or released otherwise.
Okay. All right. I'm going to set bond at $250. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. Do you have any personal belongings at the place where it occurred?
Yes, I wouldn't need a one-time return, yes.
Okay, I will permit. Is it a hotel, correct?
It is.
Well, I don't want to, I don't want you to.
Based on the affidavit, it says at hotel.
Yeah, based on the affidavit, it indicates it was at a hotel, so I will permit a one-time return to the hotel to recover any personal belongings.
Law enforcement?
With law enforcement, yes. You were to maintain separate residences from the alleged victim. Anything further from the state?
As for no weapons, firearms, no drugs or alcohol.
Defense, anything further?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor. We would just object to
Sure.
drugs and alcohol.
All right, I'm not going to order those at this time. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Catherine Renderly?
Please, President, approaching, Your Honor, defense would have a challenge to an element of this charge, Your Honor.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Catherine Renderly, August 12th, 1979.
Okay, Ms. Renderly, I am appointing the public defender to represent you today. You are here on a charge of battery of a person 65 years or older. Counsel, would you like to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. At this time, my argument goes to the 65 years or older argument. While I do see the conclusory statement made by the officer listing her date of birth, There is no information provided in the report or facts that show if an ID was provided, how he otherwise confirmed his date of birth, what it was run through, what information was used to get it. As such, I would say that conclusory statement in the arrest affidavit does not rise to the level of probable cause required, and we should, defense would argue there's only probable cause for simple battery at this time.
Thank you. I'm going to find probable cause for the charge, including the 65 years older or older component. I'm going to set bond it at $2,000 with pretrial release. As a condition of bond, you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. You are to, I was a little unclear from the affidavit. Do they reside together?
May I inquire?
Yes.
Your Honor, they do live together, and we are requesting a one-time return with law enforcement.
Okay, so I will require separate residences and will permit a one-time return under the supervision of law enforcement to recover any personal belongings.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything further, State? Would you like to?
Request.
Not at this time. Best of luck to you, ma'am. Stacy Smith.
Present and approaching, Your Honor. While no probable cause argument at this time, I would request to be heard on release conditions.
Of course.
Stacy Smith, 12/28/1962.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you today. You're here on a charge of battery, touching, or striking, domestic in nature. I've reviewed the charging affidavit and determined that there is probable cause for the charge. I assume your issues with conditions, right, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so bond's going to be set at 1,000, and I'll hear you on conditions.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe there are indications, pretrial release may correct me if I'm wrong, that the alleged victim in this case does wish to have contact with my client. I have also been informed from my client that the alleged victim is her primary caretaker. She has several medical issues, some of which are scheduled to be taken care of this week through surgeries and other appointments.
Just the alleged victim, who's caretaking for who?
The alleged victim is the caretaker of my client.
Okay, and your client has
Medical procedures that are scheduled to this week that require the alleged victim to be allowed to help her get to those appointments. I would request the court to consider no hostile contact in this case, and not order separate residences.
State.
Yes, Judge, without the victim to be here to put any of that under oath on the record, the state is objecting to any modification of just a flat out no contact. Defense can apply for modification of a no contact order where we can have actual input from the victim heard under oath.
And I did hear from the victim. I talked to the victim this morning. She do want contact.
I'm sorry, could you say?
She wants contact.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am troubled by that this was it seems to be a recurring problem based on the affidavit. But it also seems like alcohol is perhaps a major component in that. So I'm going to do no hostile contact. Ma'am, that means if you so much as raise your voice to the alleged victim, it's possible that you could be back in jail awaiting trial in jail without any bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so no hostile contact whatsoever. As a condition, also, you are not to have any alcohol or non-prescription medications or drugs. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything further from the state?
State would ask for no weapons or firearms, especially if they are going to be having contact again.
I will order no weapons or firearms also. Defense, anything further?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right, best of luck to you, ma'am.
You want PTR with that, Your Honor?
That's with PTR, I apologize. You have the information sheet for the last one?
I think so.
Just the book. You don't have to, they don't give you the.
We don't have another one.
Okay. All right. Have we confirmed?
Oh, no.
We have a John Doe.
We haven't verified his
Identity.
his identity.
Okay.
Your Honor, I was informed that they had not brought him over because they have not been able to get the information yet.
That's correct.
From the Federal Bureau of Investigation at this time.
That is correct. So you don't have any left in there, in your room?
I do not believe so, Your Honor. I believe
All right.
that's-
We'll reset again.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a safe rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Be safe.